Hello everybody and welcome back. Last time we entered the Colosso finals and managed to emerge victorious, even though we fell asleep in the final battle. So, after waking up we were told by our party that Bobby wanted to see us and wanted to discuss something with us. Today we're going to do just that. So, first let's go up here. And I believe it's all the way in here. Yeah. I've been waiting for you and your companions, Isaac. I've been waiting here because I wanted to speak with you. It is hard to talk when you're so far away. Come over here. The battles at Colosso were spectacular. It was most rewarding to see Bobby's favorite warrior steal the day. Yodam, bring him the victor's prize. Yes sir, right away. Isaac received the lure cap. I'll go into some more detail about that once we're done with this cutscene. Incidentally, Isaac, are you feeling better now? Yes. The recuperative powers of youth. And after such fierce battles, who could expect less from the warriors who rescued me? Enough with the flattery, let's get to the point. Why were we summoned? Such insolence! Who do you think you are to speak to Bobby so? Let it be, Yodam. There are other ways to judge a man. What is it you said you were called? He's talking to you, Garrett. That's right, Garrett. We shall explain all. We intended to thank you and your companions for saving Bobby, Isaac. But it would seem that gratitude is not enough. I have disclosed everything to Yodam. What do you mean by everything? You do wish to know more about Lemuria, correct? Yes, we do. Yes, indeed. Your desire is as plain as day. I have just seen Synergy for the first time. It is an awesome power. I used my cloak ball to show him Synergy. No one else could see it, but I knew Isaac's tournament was strange. I thought it unlikely that you would fight using such power. No need to be ashamed, Isaac. Synergy is also a warrior's power. When I first learned of your power, I was shocked. I thought you might be Lemurians. You have mentioned Lemuria many times, Bobby. What is it? It is the city of an ancient people, lying far out at sea. Many years ago, about the time of the Great Flood, Bobby went to Lemuria. I see. The Great Flood struck while I was traveling with Lumpa. Lumpa? You mean Lumpa the thief? I know it is hard to believe. It happened 100 years ago. You mean those rumors about you are true? Crayon once mentioned the Stone of Sages. Do you think that's what did it? Maybe. So the stone that grants immortality came from Lemuria? So you've even heard of the Stone of Sages? I'm afraid I don't have it. It is the drought of Lemuria that has allowed me to live for so long. The drought of Lemuria? It is a magical draught, once taken by those who lived in Lemuria. And just drinking stops you from aging? Is that what it does? It would be more accurate to say it slows the aging process. There is death in Lemuria, but it only comes to those whose senses have failed from centuries of use. Do the people of Lemuria use synergy, like we do? You have that draught, Bobby. That's why you live so long. And become wealthy enough to rule Tolby. What are you getting at? What is your purpose in making everyone study alchemy? I am starting to wonder myself. What do you hope to gain, Bobby? If I had attained true immortality, there would be no need for all this research. I'm not sure I understand. I had precious little draught, and now I am running out. You all saw it. There was but little left in the cave. How long will it last? And what will happen when it runs out? It will run out any day now, and when it does, my life is at its end. Why didn't you tell us sooner? We must hurry to Lemuria. It is pointless. What on earth do you mean, pointless? We cannot find Lemuria. But you just said that it lies far out at sea. If we search the seas, we're sure to find it. I sent so many ships in the past in search of Lemuria. This must have been long before I joined you. But still you failed? I needed more Lemurian draught, but I couldn't find Lemuria. Why did you collapse in the cave if you still had more draught? I have been rushing it, but this time I waited too long between drinks. You were trying to make it last longer. I overexerted myself trying to find Lemuria before it ran out. And your reason for calling us here has to do with Lemuria? Exactly. I want you to find Lemuria. I have not been able to locate Lemuria by sea, but perhaps by air. I can hide it no longer. I have built Babi Lighthouse to see if I can find Lemuria at sea. What? That's why you're building the lighthouse? No, there's more to it than that. We spotted something in the ocean southeast of the lighthouse, where Lemuria should be. Something dangerous? No doubt. What? Monsters? We can handle them. That may be. However, something else troubles me more. What is it, my lord? No sailor has been able to keep his bearings at sea. You're kidding! You mean they can't even keep a straight course? Is there something that distorts distance or direction or something? The currents shift there, subtly changing a ship's direction. So the lighthouse will help the ship keep their bearings. So, how exactly did you get away from Lemuria after the flood, Bobby? That is the thing, Garrett. I crossed the sea in a Lemurian ship. I am hoping you can sail it. But why us, when you have so many powerful soldiers at your disposal? None of them have the ability to use synergy. One must have synergy to sail this ship. Then that would mean that Bobby is an adept, wouldn't it? I guess. That must be it. No normal person could use that cloak ball. I learned to use a little synergy during my stay in Lemuria. With what little I learned, I was able to guide the ship. In that case, perhaps I could sail the ship. No, it must be an adept. What should we do, Isaac? Will you do what he wants? If you do, I will grant you whatever you wish. You shouldn't make vows you will later find you cannot keep. I haven't even considered my own wishes lately. In that case, I could provide you with a wealth of items you might like. Bobby's offer is very generous. You will consider going, won't you? Sure, why not? Isaac, we have to beat Felix and the others to the lighthouse. The lighthouse? Do you mean Venus lighthouse? Well then, our paths are intertwined. I, too, must go to Venus lighthouse. But we cannot get to the top of Venus lighthouse, can we? These adepts may be able to solve the riddle that blocks us. Ah, I see. The thought hadn't occurred to me. Isaac, you shall go to Venus lighthouse with Yoram. Do not worry. You can take care of your own business first. I see. If they can solve the riddle of the lighthouse, then our own wishes will have been fulfilled. So, we can search for Lemuria after they complete their own quest. Is that acceptable? That seems reasonable. Ah, you will undertake this quest. I am most grateful. In any case, you will need my assistance to reach the lighthouse. I'll make preparations so that I am ready to leave at any time. I take my leave now to make preparations. Then you can all meet at Gondo 1 Passage. That's a brilliant idea. One more thing. I'd like you to think about a suitable reward. Yes, I will take care of that immediately as well. I shall be waiting for you at the passage. Your first task shall be the riddles of Venus Lighthouse. I am counting on you, Isaac. Alright, so we are entrusted with yet another mission, and more important than that, we're given the, let's call it, championship prize, the Lure Cap. So this is a piece of equipment. Defensive wise it's not very good, but it has the side effect of increasing random battles with equip. So it can be useful for leveling up. So before we leave, let's actually go see Bobby one more time. And let's talk to him. Sleeping a lot helps to delay the need to drink more draught. If you find Lemuria and return with more draught, I won't have to do this. Bobby's face is very pale, like that of the dead man. It's no use worrying though, there's nothing we can do about it. Alright, so let's see what's on his mind. I wish I had met you and your companion sooner, Isaac, but I suppose it was not fated to be. And here we have a strange item. You found the cloak ball. So this was the item that Eodem mentioned and that Bobby was using. Isaac, is that cloak ball what you desire? Yes. That cloak ball is very precious to me. I can't just give it away. but perhaps you could borrow it. Take it with you on your quest. And we got the cloak ball. So, we're going to be using this item very soon, and considering what we're going to use it for, I actually want to give this to Ivan. You get what I mean soon. Let's trade for that, and yeah. So, as you might have guessed, the cloak synergy is the same synergy that Bobby was using in Old Miller Cave, and it is also the synergy that would have allowed us to proceed even further in Crossbone Isle. So we will be able to explore even more Crossbone Isle later. Let's actually check on Sheba and see if she's here. The girl from La Libero is no longer here. She has left for La Libero with the soldiers going to Babi Lighthouse. Alright, so it seems she left, but we may actually catch up with her eventually. So, let's go ahead and leave the palace. So, now that Colosso is officially over, Tolby is no longer bustling with that much excitement, but there are a few things we can still do here. If we go to the inn, and I believe we go in this room here. Hey, what's this? Uh-oh. I didn't find anything. I was just doing some work I had to do. It is rude to startle people. Alright, so it seems that there's something in the bed. Or here, in the barrel. And we got a lucky medal. So, and let's see what these guys have to say. I went to the port, but they said the ships are unsailing, so I came back. We made it to Tolby with your help. Maybe we could make it back. Colosso has ended, but we still can get across the cargo. Maybe they'll row us home if we agree to help out again. So, strangely enough, they have no line of dialogue regarding our victory at Colosso. I tried going to the Eastern Cape, but it's impossible to get through. It was just like the guards at the gates told us. Interesting, so he mentioned an Eastern Cave, and we'll actually be heading there quite soon. You think you could get through the cave east of Gondowan Passage? But you can't, not unless you can lift boulders at any rate. Again, very interesting. So, our next destination would... In order to proceed with the story, we should go south and meet with Yoden at Gondowan Passage. However, we're going to take a small detour and deal with some matters that need to be dealt with. So we'll be heading east towards that cave. And we have a bunch of familiar enemies. Let's get rid of them as quickly as possible. And Mia can just... And there we go. Alright, so as soon as we enter this cave, we will be in a whole new area with a whole bunch of new enemies. And there is actually one enemy that is usually found in the overworld area around Tolby and Old Miller Cave that we managed to elude. So I'm going to go over the details for that enemy right now. This enemy is called a worm. It is level 18. It has 132 hit points, no synergy, 196 attack, 51 defense, 79 agility and 2 lag. Its elemental resistances are 48 Venus, 25 Mars, 48 Jupiter and 48 Mercury. It normally yields 60 experience points, which then become 78 if we finish it off with a Mars Gem. It drops 94 coins, which then become 122, and there is a 1 in 32 chances that then become a 1 in 8 that he'll drop a Herb. Now, as for his commands, he has the basic attack, and there is a 50% chance that he'll use it, and he has the Battle Cry monster skill, which may summon either another worm or a mud mold, and there is a 50% chance that he'll use it. So yeah, we managed to elude this enemy, but there we have all the information. And we are now at the Gondowan cave. And we have to use lift, just as we were hinted at by Uranus. Alright. And we have our first new enemy. This is a kobold. It is level 20, it has 220 hit points, no synergy, 230 attack, 62 defense, 75 agility and 4 luck. Its elemental resistances are 100 Venus, 72 Mars, 48 Jupiter and 72 Mercury. It normally yields 107 experience points, which then become 139. It drops 154 coins, which then become 200 if we finish him off with a Jupiter gem. There is a 1 in 16 chances that then become a 1 in 4 that he will drop a sleep bomb. Now, as for its commands, he has the basic attack, and there is a 100% chance that he'll use that because he has 2 items that he may use at random. He has a sleep bomb and he has 2 herbs. And we have 3 of them. So let's go ahead and get rid of them. Wrong move. There we go. Alright. Alright. And Isaac level up. Nice. Okay. Now let's go this way. And we have yet another new enemy. This is a Rat Warrior. It is also level 20. It has 208 hit points, no synergy, 226 attack, 49 defense, 121 agility and 3 luck. Its elemental resistances are 72 Venus, 48 Mars, 72 Jupiter and 100 Mercury. It normally yields 100 experience points, which then become 130 if we finish it off with a Mars gem. It drops 160 coins, which then become 208, and there is a 1 in 32 chances that then become a 1 in 8 that it will drop a smoke bomb. Now, as for his commands, he has the basic attack, and there's a 62.5% chance that he'll use it, the defend command, and there is a 25% chance that he'll use that, and the flee command, and there's a 12.5% chance that he'll use it, and he may at any time use a smoke bomb. So, yet another upgraded version of the Rat Soldier, and still pretty weak nonetheless. Alright, and we got a Bramble Seed. Alright, let's continue. And we have yet another new enemy. This is a Dirty Ape. It is level 20. It has 230 hit points, no synergy, 236 attack, 57 defense, 132 agility and 2 luck. Its elemental resistances are 72 Venus, 25 Mars, 127 Jupiter and 72 Mercury. And it has a Venus elemental power of 100 and a Jupiter elemental power of 80. It normally yields 114 experience points, which then become 148 if we finish it off with a margin. It drops 149 coins, which then become 193, and there is a 1 in 16 chances that then become a 1 in 4 that it will drop an antidote. Now, as for its commands, he has the basic attack, and there's a 62.5% chance that he'll use it. He has the Warcry monster skill, which is a Jupiter attack with a power rating of 45, and it may inflict stun, and there's a 25% chance that he'll use that. And finally, he has a new monster skill called Free Bite Rush, which is a Venus attack with an additional 40 points of damage, and it may lower a target's attack by 12.5%, and there's a 12.5% chance that he'll use that move. Alright. So, yet again an upgraded version of quite an old enemy. The last time we saw that was we had the Killer Ape at Mogul Forest and the regular Ape, also at Mogul Forest. Alright. Let's continue here. And we have a chest. And we got yet another lucky medal. Let's go back here. And we got an apple. Nice. And yet another 38. Let's see if we can get the unleash on any of our weapons. And then we have the free bite rush. A decent amount of damage, but we'll be fine. Okay. Okay. Alright. Only a 3 of kobolds, nothing to worry about. Alright, and we're almost done with Gondor Cave. Let's go ahead and move that giant rock. Now we have a shortcut. And push this pillar. Alright, so this is the exit for the cave. And yet again, there is one more enemy here that we managed to elude. So I'm going to go over the details right now. So the enemy we didn't find is called a warrior bee. It is level 20, it has 164 hit points, no synergy, 221 attack, 65 defense, 102 agility and 5 luck. As for its elemental resistances, it has 100 Venus resistance, 48 Mars, 7 Jupiter and 48 Mercury. It has a Venus elemental power of 90 and a Jupiter elemental power of 105. It normally yields 65 experience points, which then become 84 if we finish it off with a Jupiter gem. It drops 104 coins, which then become 135. There is a 1 in 16 chances that then become a 1 in 4 that will drop an elixir. Now, as for his commands, he has the basic attack and there's a 62.5% chance that he'll use it. And he has 3 monster skills. First off, Ally Search, which may summon another warrior bee, and there is a 12.5% chance that he'll use it. Then we have Numbing Sting, with a 12.5% chance that he'll use it. And finally, he has a new monster skill called Mortal Blow, which is a Venus attack with an additional 35 points of damage, but it causes the user to self-destruct after using it. And there is also a 12.5% chance that he'll use that move. Alright, so let's get out of here. And if you're wondering where we are, we're actually right next to Kalai. And if you wonder why we couldn't take this cave to go across the Caragol, well, that was because we couldn't move that particular log from our position. So, now that we're back on more familiar territories, you might be wondering where we're going. Well, now that we have the clock ball, we can hide away in shadows, or maybe we can infiltrate a stronghold. So, I'll meet you guys back at Lumpa. Alright, so we're back again at the West Lumpa Cave, and now that we have the cloak synergy, we may be able to advance even further than before. Since we're going to be using it quite a lot, I'm going to set a shortcut for it. And here's the reason why I always like equipping this to Ivan, since we're basically going to be using this to rescue Master Hamid, which is a very personal thing to Ivan, sorry. I always like having Ivan use this synergy. So, if we stand in the shadows here and use cloak, we look just like Bobby did in Altmiller Cave, and the soldiers are none the wiser, and we can just get past them. And here we are at Lumpa Fortress. So, we were given yet another task, in this case by Bobby, and now we're going to finish some unfinished business regarding Lumpa and Master Hamid. Next time we're going to explore Lumpa Fortress and see if we can finally rescue him. See you guys then.